Hey there subscribers, welcome back, and today what I'm going to do is take you through a part 2 video of my kitchen remodel that we did 2 years ago. A lot of people in the comments were asking questions about which materials we were using, and quite honestly I didn't remember. It was a long time ago and a lot of the stuff was buried in folders. My wife held onto some of this information, so now I've got it all out and I'm going to take you through all the different materials that we used for the kitchen remodel. So here we go. Alright, I got my notepad here with all of my notes on what we were using for this kitchen remodel. And one of the first questions I was asked was about the tile, specifically the subway tile and the backsplash. So that was a 3x12 glass subway tile. Now, you know, a lot of these tile stores don't do is tell you specifically the manufacturer or the color. Obviously, this is a gray. Okay, and get it in here in the light, you can see it better. Now, if you want to look this up, if you type in a search online, AKE044, and the search results will likely deliver this tile for you if you're interested in this color. You can see kind of again how it looks back here. They're not listing the name of the manufacturer or the model, but if you type in that code, you'll be able to find this exact tile. Okay, so that's what we're using for backsplash. Again, 3x12. So then the floor tile is a 6x24, and it's by a company called Marazzi. It's right here. It's called Marazzi, M-A-R-A-Z-Z-I, Knoxwood Spice. It's a glazed porcelain tile. Okay, you can see how thin it is. It seems to be holding up pretty well. It's got a lot of nice detail in it, and there were enough random pieces so that way you didn't see too much repetitive patterns in the floor. So again, so far that tile is working for us. It was also fairly inexpensive at the time. There was some kind of a sale happening on it, and so we got a good deal and we're happy with that. Next, we're going to talk about the countertop. So this is a quartzite, and the color is called river blue. So if you look at quartzite and find river blue, you should be able to find something that looks similar to this. Again, every piece is a little different. You've got some great veins running through here. Also on the side piece here, you can see that, you know, they're all unique, and so I suggest going to pick out something that has some character that you happen to like. Okay, so the next question I was getting was the paint. So we've got you know, paint on the walls. This gray paint here is by Benjamin Moore, and that was on the rest of the kitchen too. Okay, so you see here. Okay, so this was a Benjamin Moore paint color, silver spring. I highly recommend Benjamin Moore. It covers extremely well. It might cost you just a little bit more, but it definitely looks great when it's all finished. So this little mosaic tile in the background, it's a coral blue, but your tile store might not call it that. If you're interested in that specific pattern, I guess you're just going to have to you know, get a close-up of it. Maybe you can take a little still photo of it, a little snippet off of your computer screen, and maybe you can go to your store and match it if you like that. We also had a little metal edging here on the ends to finish that off there. So the next thing is the pendant light. So the pendant light is a Seguro by LBL mini pendant satin nickel. You know, I'm going to put a link to that light in the description so you can find it. We like it because in the at night, I think I probably showed this in the original video, at night it casts, with that cracked glass look, it casts all kinds of different designs across the ceiling, which is really neat. So we like that. The under cabinet lighting is a company called Getting Light, and I did an under cabinet lighting video, which I'll link to, and you can learn more about the under cabinet lighting via that video, which you can see in the description. The sink was made by Kraus. It's a PAX Zero Radius 28-inch undermount 16 gauge stainless steel sink. Really like this sink so far. It drains really well the way it's just tilted towards the drain. We don't have any issues with puddling or whatnot. We've had no staining at all in this. It's actually been a really great sink, plenty of room, very deep, and I recommend the Kraus sink very much. The faucet is by Pfister. It's their Briarsfield, and it extends down here like this too. And this, again, no issues so far with this. It's been 2 years. No, sometimes you have little leaks that occur. Nothing like that at all with this sink. We use it quite a bit every single day. The range hood is by AKDY. It's 30-inch. It's got LEDs. I actually swapped the lights out. I did not like the Kelvin color temperature that the original lights came with. They're a little too blue, so I swapped them out and put ones in that I felt provided the right color across the stovetop that I preferred. And then the appliances are all Frigidaire Professional. We did the match across all of them. So the stove has been great. Love that. Refrigerator also. I know that some of you were not fond of the fact that we did not choose the cabinet with a refrigerator. It was something we kicked around for about 2 weeks and decided on the full-size one just because the cabinet with one just didn't have enough room inside for all of the crap we keep around, leftovers and everything. Just was not going to be big enough. Frigidaire Professional microwave. It's worked well with this exception. 2 years later now, the display is extremely dim. It's hard to see. I mean, at night with the lights off, you can see it, but during the day, you can't see it. And everything we've read indicates that the display needs to be replaced in the back. Not sure what that would cost, but it's not something that I'm looking forward to do. But of all the appliances, that's the only issue we've had. No issues at all. Again, we have the same matching Frigidaire Professional dishwasher, and that's been great for us too. In fact, it's so quiet, we don't even know it's running. So finally, you're going to want to know about the cabinets that we've selected. Those were Kraftmaid Standish maple cabinets in Dove white. We just preferred the white, cleaner look, not getting glazed this time like we did in a prior kitchen remodel we had done. And took a lot of time in selecting the hardware, just trying to kind of have it all tie in. But the other thing that we did was we purchased additional panels to finish off the sides. So for example, you can see down here, we got a panel for the side, otherwise it just would have been a plain white end piece here. Did the same thing here on all the ends. We tried to finish it off, bought basically extra doors and just installed them on the side to just give it that additional finished look. Just little things you can do to upgrade the look of cabinets. We also did the light rail too underneath to give it that different look. And then finally, of course, crown molding. I mean, I can't tell you what that one's called specifically, but don't go to your local home improvement store. I'd say go to a really good lumber yard and look to see what they have in crown molding, and then select something from there. We bought paint that matched from the manufacturer, from Kraftmaid. We bought the paint that's supposed to match the cabinets in a small quart, and what we wanted to do was use that to paint the trim to make it match the cabinets, but it was not the right shade. It was actually looking a little gray. It wasn't perfectly matched, so I ended up taking a scrap piece of the cabinets and went to Benjamin Moore with it. They did a color match. They mixed up some paint that actually matched perfectly, and so I went back over and repainted all the trim after it was already up and installed with new paint, and it matches the cabinets better. So hopefully this answers all of your questions on the materials we used. I apologize for not including that in the original video. Just didn't anticipate getting all those questions. If you have any other questions, please leave them below in the comments below. Would appreciate you hitting the like and subscribe button for additional future videos, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again for joining me.